Hi, welcome to my channel. My name is Annie and this is Unity Consciousness. I'm so glad you stopped by. Today we'll be discussing the energy that will be prominent beginning tomorrow the 20th and moving through the weekend. This week we will see Venus's influence day in and day out, and that'll continue pretty much through next week. But let's get started. Tomorrow the 20th, Mercury, which is fully up to speed now and direct, is in Gemini, and it will be sextile Jupiter in Aries. Mercury being out of retrograde provides a lot of clarity. So you may have had a light bulb moment or just basically some clarity that helped to define what Mercury retrograde season meant to you. When Mercury fully sped up Mercury is sextile Jupiter, that really expands on that thought process and energy. It is the proverbial light bulb moment. So you could get some very significant clarity in and around this day. Because Jupiter is in Aries, that expands that energy. And Aries can be very bold energy, but it's very focused on the individual. So you could see people making quite bold statements or realizations relative to themselves, or that is important to them. These very bold statements and assertive energy. I witnessed this myself. I had a conversation a couple of days ago and found myself almost grandstanding about something that I felt very, very passionate about. When I caught myself, I thought, oh boy, I need to take this down a step or two. So just be mindful of it. It's great energy. It's really, really good energy, especially if you want to make a point or that you really want to assert yourself in a specific area of passion to you. You may find that this is very easy to do on Monday and could even be today. Then on Tuesday, it's a big energy day. Happy Summer Solstice. That's a longest day of the year, the most light that we will see from the sun perspective until next year at this time. It is the prime season for growth. So typically in the wintertime, things kind of scale back and go into hibernation mode. And then in the spring, we see a lot of new beginnings. Well, right now it's the growing season. It's time for those things that have taken hold during the spring season to really take off. So happy summer solstice to you. And also, this means happy birthday to all of my Cancer followers. So happy birthday to my Cancerians out there. Let's talk a little bit about Cancer energy because like I said, with the sun moving in this area, this is going to be, we'll be seeing some of this manifestation within our own personalities or where Cancer lies in your chart. So anyway, happy birthday, Cancer. And it is a water cardinal sign. So that means it's very fluid. It can change. It doesn't mind change. And cardinal means they're at the forefront. So they want to lead the pack. They've got some really good ideas and they want to take charge. On a 5-dimensional level, Cancer folks are empathetic. They're very caring, instinctual, and intuitive. They are ruled by the moon, so their emotions, they are very, very connected to their emotions, and they like to be homebodies, maybe not as much as a Scorpio, but they do enjoy their home. Their home is definitely their domicile. They really don't like to rock the boat a whole lot, and they'll go to great lengths to make sure that that boat doesn't rock. On a 3D level, they could be extremely moody, or this energy can be very moody and rigid and quite sensitive. So we will focus on the 5-dimensional qualities of that Cancer energy. Now, last week, Venus was quite busy producing plenty of reality check moments relative to the areas in which she's in charge. That's, love, money, and relationships. And now she is at anaretic degree of Taurus and in her home sign. And on Tuesday, this very day of the summer solstice, she is trine Pluto. So what does that mean? It's very intense because whenever we talk about Pluto, we talk about drilling down in intensity. But in this case, because it's a trine, it's a good conversation and it can be quite pleasurable. And you may be finding depth in your uniqueness. You may have found that you've transformed in some way and that you are really understanding where you are worthy, where what your worthiness means to the world and to the collective as a whole. It is really good energy for personal transformation relative to beauty or your beauty regimen, your wardrobe, changes that you might want to make there, tattoos, changes in hairstyle, color, financial planning from a finance and money perspective. You may find yourself wanting to get a grip on some long-term goals relative to financial planning. So it's a great day for those sort of things. However, on the very next day, on the 22nd, Venus enters Gemini. This is very different energy at anaretic degrees of Taurus, and which is her home sign. She's very, very comfortable there, and so we would be comfortable as well the day before. Then the next day, we're going from this grounded, stable, steady energy to very changing, less consequential, not very deep, kind of superficial, flitting around here, going over there, a lot of those superficial interactions, fast flings, if you will, if that's what you're into, quick relationships, witty comebacks. You might see some people, if you have a friend that's got a great deal of wit, they may really light up on this day, or you yourself may have flashes of brilliance when it comes to those witty comebacks. But you're also going to, if you have a friend or you yourself is an intellectual, you might see that as beautiful. So the intellectual beauty of a circumstance or a situation. But be mindful of frivolous spending, superficial relationships. That's a matter of what you like to do and what's best for you. But be mindful of your spending. There could be some frivolous spending habits, or purchasing that new wardrobe because you felt the need the day before, but it's a trend that's going to move along rather quickly because now we've got Venus in Gemini. So enjoy the Venus energy this week, and also the solstice. I love the summer solstice. It just is so invigorating with all that light around. I really enjoy a week like this and the energy that comes with it, and I'm going to say just absorb as much as you can. Next week we've got some very powerful energy coming in, and it's going to kick off some tumultuous summer for us. We're beginning to see it in the finance markets. Truly, the purpose of Pluto and Capricorn, drilling it down so we can expose it, so we can see some of those transformations. And I have to tell you that the Pluto return, we're going to have a second hit early in July. Then we've got some configurations relative to Uranus coming up. So we could see some pretty significant tumultuous times coming up. And just keep in mind, the purpose of all of that tumultuous, what's the word? Really changing, transformational or transformative energy is for the purpose of exposing things. How do we know that we need to change it until we just get it right out there? So expose it, apply compassion, transmute the energy, apply compassion so that we can create something better, some better systems that support us all. And next week we've got that new moon in Cancer, and it's at 7 degrees 23 minutes, and it is almost exact Black Moon Lilith, which is not a planet, but point, much like the nodes. But it speaks of human gestation and motherhood, and we've got Roe versus Wade on the table again. So I just feel like there could be some pretty emotional times to come for us. So please enjoy and relish in the moments of Venus and this wonderful, wonderful energy surrounding the summer solstice this week, so that we can get after the tasks at hand that will be not too long thereafter. But before I go, one more thing I wanted to share with you. This is not necessarily energy related. However, I think it's pretty cool, so I wanted to share it. On Friday of this week, the 24th, I think it starts on the 23rd and goes through the 25th, but the morning of the 24th would be the best to view it. We are going to have all of the classic planets aligning in the sky. Hasn't happened in 18 years, but you will be able to see it from your naked eye. Love it. You don't even need a telescope. But just before dawn on the 24th, look to the east, southeast, and you will be able to see the sun will be below the horizon, of course, because it's just before dawn, like 4:40. Actually, I'd say 4:44 a.m. Wouldn't that be fun? But anyway, just before the sun rises, the sun will be below the horizon. Then we will see Mercury, Venus, the moon, Mars, Jupiter, and Saturn. If you're in the northern hemisphere, lined up perfectly in the sky, and if you're in the southern hemisphere, they will be in that reverse alignment. So enjoy the show. It has been a pleasure to chat with you today. I hope you liked this video. If you do, please click the like button. If you would like to know when videos are being dropped, please click the subscribe button. If you have any comments or questions, please put them in the comments section below. I hope you have a fantastic week. Namaste.